Good evening.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening, Bhante.
Good evening. Good evening. All right. All right. So first of all, I wanted to wish everybody a happy New Year, although just a few days after the New Year, and we will be starting today with the 31st lesson of the online PAL reading class. And today will be the last day for the Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta, which means we will be starting a new text from next week. The new text is going to be Karaniya Metta Sutta, because we haven't studied the Karaniya Metta Sutta before. We studied both the Mangala Sutta and Ratana Sutta before. So today we have a few newcomers. One is Sister Elizabeth, you can see you, and the other one is Sister Paripurna. And who else? I think it is Sister Anne Siu. Yeah.
Namo Buddhaya, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya. So where are you three from in Malaysia? Which part of Malaysia are you three from?
I'm from Subang Jaya.
Yeah. Sister Elizabeth.
I'm from Kuala Lumpur.
Okay. And Sister Paripurna?
Namo Buddhaya, Bhante. I'm from KL.
Okay. Your name, I think this should be a Dhamma name, right? Paripurna?
Yeah, Dhamani.
Is all right. You know the meaning of Paripurna?
I think it means completion. Is
You are
it correct?
You are fully complete.
Oh, complete.
Yes. So it's kind of a very lofty word, like upekha and fully complete of your Dhamma practice or something. Interesting.
Bhante, how do you get those names?
These are Pali words, so I can know the meaning. So Punna means complete, Pari means the whole, entirety.
How do you get the names? Who give you the name?
I don't know. She got it probably from a monk, from a vihara.
I joined the Samaneri program, so the preceptor teacher gave this name to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
So
Sister Kim seems expecting a name, huh? Dhamani?
No, well, I'm trying to ask that how do you get it? Like what she said, because she joined the seminary program. So
Yeah, during the Samaneri program, they are given names, Dhamma names.
so if you don't, then normally you will not get such names.
No.
No.
You can ask from a monk, person, and they can give you. Yeah, not necessarily, but if you become a part of a novitiate program, Samaneri, there also you can get a name. Or probably,
for that one is for sure, but for those who never joined, it's up to you to request from the monk, is it?
Yeah, so the monk has to know you. Otherwise, monk will give you a wrong Dhamma name, which is completely opposite of your character. All right, let's get started. Online PAL reading class for New Year. Once again, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that this New Year will give you lots of opportunities to learn, understand, at the same time practice whatever you are learning from anywhere. In particular, our online PAL reading class. So we are going on a very different mode than many people, because normally there are Sutta class or maybe Pali class. So we are doing kind of a hybrid, not doing Pali grammar, because it's not what you need. So I'm trying to make you equipped in reading Pali text, any Pali text, and I can see the results of many people, over here. They can read better than any other people who just randomly join in sutta discussions. And on the other side, the explanations, especially about the true Pali text. All right, so let's get started by paying respect to the book. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahatu samma sambuddhassa. So for those newcomers, I want to give you some heads up. So we have chanting groups, which means for the first 30 to 40 minutes, what we are doing is we are reading the text. So first I read, and then I will give the chance to each group actually. So there are currently 8 groups. And for the newcomers, you already assigned a group, right? You got the group number, right? So that's one thing to know. And then after 40 to 45 minutes, we will be probably 1 hour. We will be discussing about the particular Pali text, the meaning of the text, the importance, the connections that those Pali texts have to other texts. I was thinking one day we have to do a chanting together, right? Now there are a lot of chanting groups. So why don't we do a chanting one day, like our focus is primarily chanting, the first 30 to 45 minutes. So we will do a, online Pali reading class, OPRC chanting group. Everybody chants. Maybe we will do one day a separate event. I hope that it will be very interesting because not like somebody who wants to read Pali, but people who have been practicing chanting are going to chant. That will be really interesting. I mean, people might feel something different from you. Sometimes when you hear chanting from those who have no experience before, you can hear the differences, right? But here you have been particularly focusing on the chanting part too. Okay, so today is day 31. It's been some time already, and the last sutta. So last two stanzas of the sutta. I think for newcomers and all of you, I wanted to say that lesson 31st, and this sutta. Why did we pick up this sutta? It is because we are studying Buddhaka part, right? So the last sutta in the Buddhaka part is Metta Sutta. You can see here, we started from Saranatha, text 1. And then text is only the Metta Sutta. And then we can go to the next after Buddhaka Nikaya. It's going to be Dhammapada. Buddhaka Pada, Dhammapada, Udana. This is how it goes. Huh? That's how our text lineup is coming up. So, Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta, Pali text. Let's see the last 2 stanzas here. These 2 stanzas. So I'm going to pick up from the text over here. All right. This stanza. I'm going to read now. Patisambheda vimokkhāca. Once again. Patisambheda vimokkhāca. Ya cha savaka parami pacheka bodhi buddha bhum sabbami ten labhati. Once again, pati sanghida vimokha cha ya cha savaka parami pacheka bodhi buddha bhumi sabbami ten labhati. Right, so I'm going to then start off asking people to read. So we have groups. As you can see, our groups over here. Our newcomer, Sister Anne Sui, is going to be a part of group 1. And then Paripurna is going to be group 3. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. Okay, so somebody from group 1 who would like to read? So we have Venerable Tichtu, Ananda Ramachandra, Chia Munsi, Tihan, Annie, Chia Saiku, Chung En, Khan Fong Kun. This should be Anamika. Sorry, that Anamika Saga, Katia Chong, Malini, Ike Singh, Manam, and Subi. Yes.
Okay,
Group
Bhante,
one.
I try any.
Annie, yes, go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka parami Pachekabodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabbamitena Labhati.
Could you read again, please?
Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka parami Pachekabodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabbamitena Labhati.
Great. And
Thank you,
then
Bhante.
group 2. Group 2. Suzanne. Okay, Kim, I'll give you the chance after. Is that okay? Okay, good. Yes, Suzanne. Please unmute.
Thank you, Bhante. Patisambhida vimokha cha ya cha savakapara me pachakabodhi Buddha bhumi sabamitena labhati.
Great. Group 3. Yeah, group 3. Paripurna, would you like to try? Yeah, please go ahead.
Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka.
I think I don't hear you. Probably something going wrong.
Can you hear me now?
Can you try again?
Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka parami Pachekabodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabamitena Labhati.
Oh, it's good. I mean, I'm not surprised because you were a Samaneriya. So hopefully you learned some Pali skills. All right. Then group 4. Is it Kebion? Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka parami pacheka bodhi Buddha bhumi sabamitena labhati.
Great.
Thank
And
you.
group 5. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savakaparami pachekabodhi Buddha bhumi sabbamitena labhati. Thank you.
And group 6. Group 6. Yeah. Is anybody with us over here?
Bhante, can I
If not,
try?
yes. Just his name.
Patisambhida Vimukhacha Yacha Savaka Parami Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabba Metena Labhati.
Great. And
Thank you,
group
Bhante.
7. Yeah, group 7.
Bhante, may I try?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Patisambhida Vimokhacha
Vimokhacha. Huh? Vimokhacha.
Vimokhacha Ye Cha
Not yeah.
Savaka
Yeah. Not yeah.
Ya
Yacha.
Ya Cha Savaka Parami Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabha Metena Labati.
Give you another opportunity to rewind. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Would you like to read again?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Patisambhida Vimokhacha Ye
Yeah. Yacha.
sorry.
Yes.
Ya Cha Savaka Parami Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabamatena Labati.
All right. Good. Good.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Then we have, you're from group 6, 7, right? Okay. And then group 8. Anybody from group 8? Group 8. Bhante, I am new to, this is my 3rd attendance. May I know which group I am? I will. What's your full name though? Chan what?
Chan Lê Hoa.
Chan?
CHAN
Yeah.
LAY
Yeah, give me a
HUA.
second. Chan, live. All right. Probably you can be a part of the group 8. Nobody here today for group 8. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
I will
you,
include you
Bhante.
under group 8.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Shall I try here?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante. Patisambhida Vimokhacha Yacha Savaka Parami Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabba Metena Labhati.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Now I'm going to give the chance to others. So starting from Kim. Kim, can you try?
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Patisambhida Vimokhacha Yacha Savakaparami Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabametena Labhati.
Great. And then we have Biling.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Patisambhida Vimokhacha Yacha Savaka Parami Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi Sabba Mitena Labhati.
Great.
Labhati.
Labhati.
Labhati. Thank you.
There's H, huh? Always have to emphasize this H.
Yes.
All right.
Am
Then
I
we have,
still in the same group, Bhante?
yeah.
As before?
Yes. It
Sorry,
shouldn't be
last week I
changed.
was
Yeah,
not
see?
in.
Group
But
3.
okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
your name is here, huh?
Okay,
Number
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Here. Great. Yes. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give a chance to Jenny now. Yes, Jenny.
Thank you, Bhante. Patisambhida Vimokhacha Yacha Savaka Para.
Jenny, I think you are breaking up, or maybe you are mute. We can't hear you. Something happened. Can others hear her? Something happened, I think, halfway.
Yeah, cannot hear her either.
No.
Yeah. We
Cannot
heard you, but probably halfway of the reading, something happened.
You.
Now should be okay. Can you try again? No.
Maybe she should try to exit and come sign in back. Sign
Restart.
back in.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I should leave and come in
Yes,
again.
we can hear you now.
already.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I continue.
Yes.
Okay. Pati sambida vimokha cha yacha savaka parami. Pacheka bodhi buddha bhumi. Sabermetena labati.
Yes. Great.
Thank you,
And we
Bhante.
have Serene. Yes, Serene. Please unmute. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah. Please.
Pati sambeda vimokhacha yacha savaka parami pacheka bodhi buddha bhumi supplementena labhati.
Yeah. Great. And oil.
Thank you, Bhante. Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka parami pacheka bodhi buddha bhumi sabametena labati.
Yeah. Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And we have Shirley. Someone.
Patisambhida vimokhacha yacha savaka parami pacheka bodhi buddha bhumi sabametena labhati.
Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Right. Others? Who else over there? Anybody else?
May I try, Bhante?
Yes. Yes. And let's go ahead.
Patisambhida vimukhacha yacha savaka parami pachika bodhi buddha bhumi sabametena labhati.
Great. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
So when you want to read, you can raise the hand through the function. So I know that you are the line. All
I'm
right.
not very good in this, Bhante.
Then you can ask.
Not very
Okay.
good in using the laptop. I try, yeah, I learn. Thank you,
Okay.
Bhante.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Okay. It looks like nobody. So we're gonna be going to the next. Is there anyone?
Bhante, this is Annie. There's somebody in the chat, Doris.
Yeah.
She said that she doesn't know which group she's in. Even
Yeah,
though you said
Bhante.
name is
I
not there.
think Doris.
Yes.
Okay, Doris, she's new to put me in group 8. I don't see my name. Really? Then I'm gonna add your name.
Is it
Sorry
okay,
about
Bhante?
that.
Thank you, Bhante.
Gonna be your name.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I think I missed that part actually.
Yeah.
So your name goes by Doris Chi.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Okay. Please let me know if your name is not here so I can understand. Okay, so we'll go to the next stanza. Last stanza. Tisitan, yes. Let's go ahead. Yes, please unmute. Please unmute and then.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Pati sambhida vimokha cha yacha savaka parami pacheka bodhi buddha bhumi sabe metena labhati.
Can you read the last line again, please?
Sabba metena labati.
Yeah. Sabba metena labati. All right.
Labati.
Yeah.
Thank
yes.
you.
Next stanza. Last stanza of the Sutta, Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. Evaṁ mahattika esa yadidam punya sampada tasma dhira pasansanti pandita kata punya tanti. Evaṁ mahattika esa yadidam punya sampada tasma dhira pasansanti pandita kata punya tanti. All right. So normally this Pali word has been translated here. So we have to actually find the what do you call word connection actually. Anyways, so I'm going to be asking groups to read. Group 1. Group 1. Yes, Ike, let's go ahead. Yes.
Evam mahatika esa yadidam punya sampada tasma dira pasam santi pandita kata punya tanti.
Great. And group 2. Oh, Kim, let's go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Evaṁ mahatika esa wadidang punya sampada.
Give me a second. Can you read again the second line?
Yadidang
Yadida.
punya sampada tasma dira pasang santi pandita kata punya tanti.
Great.
Thank you.
Group 3. Yes, Billy.
Thank you. Evaṁ mahatika esa yadidang punya sampada tasma dira pasang santi pandita kata punyang tanti.
Right. Group 4.
Thank you.
Group 4. Anybody from group 4? Yes, Oi.
Thank you, Bhante. Evam mahatika esa yadidang punya sampada tasma dira pasam santi pandita kata punya tanti.
Great.
Thank you.
And group 5. Yes, Melinda.
Thank you, Bhante. Evam mahatika esa yadidam punya sampada tasma dira pasansanti pandita kata punyang tanti.
Great.
Thank you.
Group
Thank you.
6. Are you all from group 6? Yeah, is it time? Yes.
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Iba mahatika esa yadidang punyan sampada tasma dira pasan santi pandita kata punya tanti.
Great. Group 7.
Thank you.
Group 7. Yes, Shadi.
Thank you, Bhante. Evaṁ mahatika esa yadidam punya sampada tasma dhira pasang santi pandita kata punya tanti.
Last line, please.
Pandita
Pandita kata punya tanti.
Pandita kata punya tanti.
Great. And the last group, group 8. Group 8. Yes, Doris.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidang Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasam Santi Pandika Kata Punya Tanti.
Great. All right. So I'm going to give the chance to others now. First of all, I'm going to be asking Chu Peng. Yes, Chu Peng, please.
Ewan
Yes.
Mahatika Esa Yadinang Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasan Santi Pandita Kata Puna Tanti.
Punya Tanti.
Punya
All
Tanti.
right.
Kata
Then
Punya Tanti.
Punya Tanti.
Punya Tanti.
Punya Tanti. Okay.
Thank
And then we have Lim Sok Hu.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidam Punya Sampada. Tasma Hidira Pasang Santi Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
Great. Great.
Thank you, Bhante.
All right. Then May Oi.
Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidam Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasam Santi. Patinta Kata Punya Tanti.
Last line, please.
Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
Kata Punya Tanti.
Great.
Okay, thank
Sari?
you.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidam Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasam Santi. Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
Right. Great. And then we have KB on.
Thank you, Bhante. Evang Mahatika Esa Yadidang Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasam Santi. Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
Great. And we have
Thank
Chan.
you.
Yeah, yes, Bhante. Thank you, Bhante. Evang Mahatika Esa Yatitang Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasan Santi. Panda Kata Punya.
Okay. Here Evam Mahatika. Okay. There's an H over here. Mahatika. Tika, not Mahatika. Evam Mahatika Esa. Esa. Yeah, the rest is fine. Yeah, great.
Okay.
And we have Paripurna. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidam Punya Sampada. Tasma Dera Pasam Santi. Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
Okay, great. And then Jenny, please.
Thank you, Bhante. Can you hear me because I changed my
Yeah,
earpiece?
we do hear you. Let
Okay.
you know if in case you break up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ewang Mahatika Esa Yadidang Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasang Santi. Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
Good.
Thank you.
And then we have Annie. Yes.
Evam Mahatika Esa
Evang.
Yadidam
Evang.
Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidam Punya Sampada. Tasma Dira Pasang Santi Pandita Kata Punyan Tanti.
Okay, great. And then we have Tan Swat Yin. Can you, Tan, can you please unmute?
Sorry.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidang Punya Sampada.
Tasma Dira Pasam Santi.
Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
All right, great. Anybody else? Yeah, Suzanne, go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Evam Mahatika Esa Yadidam Punya Sampada Tasma Dira Pasam Santi Pandita Kata Punyan Tanti.
All right. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone else? Anyone else? Chupen, would you like to read? You were trying to read, I think. Are you going to read?
Bhante, I read already. I think just now accidentally pressed. Sorry.
Ah, okay. But you can try, no? The last tense of the sutta. There's no harm. You try.
Okay.
Yes.
Ewang Mahatika Esa Yadinang Punya Sampada Tasma Dira Pasansanti Pandita Kata Punya Tanti.
All right. Okay, I hope that's over on your side. Then we'll go to the explanation part. So we have lots of concepts to discuss today, because each word has details to discuss. We'll discuss accordingly. Now, what is this all about? Now, as you can see in the sutta, let's go back. Nidhikaṇḍa Sutta. Niding nideti puriso gambire oda kantike atte kicche samuppanne attayami bhavasi. Now, the Buddha is talking about what people do when they want to invest. They bury it down. And then the Buddha talks about the issues, dangers of burying like that. Rajatova, Gurutassa, Chorato, Pilitasava, Inasava, Pamukkaya, Dubhikya, Padasava, Edattai, Lukasmin, Nidinam, Nidhi. So the people who burying like that under the ground, they are doing as such because they want to evade the kings, they want to evade robbers, thieves, they want to evade some people who can claim your inheritance, they want to evade, probably survive with the famines, some droughts, right? So that's why they do that. But the Buddha then he explains to us that this is not going to be not a good plan. So he asks people to practice, do more good karmas, right? Talks about the issues over here once again. And then these are the good karmas somebody can do to replace that physical burying, physical, to replace the depositing of the physical things. Dana, Sila, Sanyama, Dhamma, they are the good ways of burying whatever you have. So in the form of merits, right? That's what the Buddha says. So you can invest in the merits. So by the end, now all these stanzas talk about what you will get, what you will be experiencing after doing good karmas, merits. So the last two stanzas that we have come here. So these two stanzas talks about the supramundane benefits of investing with merits, the supramundane. That means not worldly. These are supramundane. I would say going beyond the worldly affairs. So you're going to actually create good karmas so that these good karmas are going to be helpful towards even the awakening. That means Nibbana one day. Now, let's go back to our text. Patisambhida. This is one of the things that you may get by doing a lot of good karmas. Patisambhida. What is Patisambhida? Patisambhida. Have you ever heard this word before? Or are you very new to this word? Anybody?
Analytical insights or knowledge.
One of the Abhidhamma.
Has anybody ever heard this term in their practice, in maybe in other places?
Bhante, is it one of the books in the good
In the Kuddaka
it's one of the books, one of the books like Kuddaka part. Now, the interesting thing is that the Buddha never used this word in the suttas, early suttas. You don't see this, Patisambhida. Right? You don't see that, this Pali word. But the book Patisambhida, which comes under the Kuddaka Nikaya, shows some very special areas of the Dhamma. So this book is ascribed to Bhante Sariputta, Arhat Sariputta. And it is also said, especially the people who are promoting Abhidhamma. Now, there's a conflict. The conflict is, some say the Buddha did not teach Abhidhamma. Then the people who promote Abhidhamma, they pick up this point. See, Patisambhida Manga, that is the starting point. That is the framework, launch pad of the Abhidhamma. This Patisambhida context. So, Patisambhida Magga is a full book which shows us how to discriminate, how to separate out the Dhamma teachings. So, the word can be explained this way. Let me show you. Let's look at the Pali term. Stay. Pati sang bit. All actually, this is a Pali root. Bit. This is the verb root actually. Bit is to break. To break. Pati, this is a prefix in the Pali. Prefix. Sang also prefix. Prefix plus prefix. Then this is kind of double prefixes and the bit. That means pati means, what does pati mean? Let me ask you, what does pati mean in Pali?
Again, in written.
Repetitive. Repetitive, the repeated. Now you know paticca samuppada. You all know that, right? It is not just samuppada, paticca, the repetitive co-arising. Repetitive co-arising, repeated co-arising. So pati means repetition. So here, repetitive pati. Sang means
together.
One meaning is together. Another meaning of sang is well, in a good way, right? Sang. So now there is repetition. There is in a good way, well. Then bit is to break. Now you're going to break whatever the Dhamma matters repetitively, at the same time in a good way. You don't simply break them actually. Can you break the Dhamma matters? Can you break them? Can you break like this? Can you break the Dhamma matters? What does break mean here? This is an interesting concept that is regarding the Abhidhamma context. Let me show you. So I'm gonna write here. The Abhidhamma has get it here. Okay. Text bar. Right. Right. Yes. Call it.
Beta.
So the idea of breaking the Dhamma concepts into certain other subcategories come from a full understanding of the Dhamma. So Dhamma has to be understood by analysis and by synthesis. Now let me tell you how this is going to be relevant to the concept of Patisambhida. Now you can see Pati, one prefix, sang, one prefix, Vida is the verb. Bit. All right. What is analysis in the Dhamma? Let me ask. What does analysis mean in the Dhamma? You might analyze things in the other subjects. What does analysis mean? We call this in the Pali to be a Bheda, B-H-E-D-A, it's Abhidhamma term, Bheda. That means in the Dhamma, with the support of Patisambhida idea, there is a saying that we may have to break the bigger concepts. We will break the bigger concept. What are the bigger concepts in the Dhamma? What is the central concept in the Dhamma? The central concept, Paticca Samuppada. Then we need to break it. Actually, we need to break in terms of the concept, and we also need to break it also. The moment you break it, you will become someone. Who will you become when you break the Paticca? Once you break the Paticca, you will become somebody. Who will be you at that point? That means you will become an Arahant. That means the Paticca is a problematic problem. We have to break it. Once you break it, you are not a part of the Paticca. You are becoming an Arahant. Right? This is a complicated process. This keeps happening repetitively because we haven't stopped our sansaric life. Once you stop it, Paticca is gone. Especially in terms of our sansaric life. But when you see the other people, how they are born, how they are getting sick, how they are aging, how they die, how the, how the other beings, including animals, ghosts, hellish beings exist, born and then die, they all are part of the actions of the Paticca. Now, in order for us to understand this central concept, now we take only Paticca, we have to analyze this Paticca. How to analyze this Paticca? How many components are there in the Paticca?
12. 12 links.
12. So how to analyze now?
From Avijja.
Yeah, I'm not asking the names of them. I'm asking how to analyze the Paticca.
Enumerate.
English words, dependent origination.
Dependent origination.
How did the Buddha ask us to do it? Buddha asked us to trace back, trace forward.
Trace back to the roots. Trace back to the roots.
Trace back to the roots is wise attention. But now the idea is, yes, wise attention helps us do that. Yonso Manasikara. Analysis in terms of Paticca is tracing backward and tracing forward. Then you are going to analyze each part, like those 12 parts, one by one, separately. That is the analysis part in terms of the Paticca. Now, do you think that you will understand the Dhamma just because you break things away? Just because you analyze, like we call them dissect. You dissect things, dissect. Like this is done by many scientists, right? What do scientists do? They take a particle, they dissect them, like dissect, 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 dissect. When they cannot dissect, they say, this is the atom, This is the atom. But the atom that they call long time ago is not the atom now. They further dissect. Because science is an experimental process. They every day they find certain things of that, even that atom. Maybe in the future, in another 20, 30 years, they might find, no, atom is not atom. There are certain other subatomic things in that, nucleus. So that means dissecting to understand the original format of something, analysis. Now, analysis in terms of Paticca means you are going to dissect every part of the Paticca. 12 parts, break them away. Now, as I asked earlier, is a mere analysis by dissecting into certain parts, giving us the full knowledge, at least probably a framework of the Dhamma. So we have to go to synthesis now, this part. Analysis is done now. Bheda is done. Now we have to go to synthesis. What does synthesis mean? Sangha. Not Sangha, okay? Not Sangha, not monks. Sangha means synthesis. Sangha means Now, when you dissect things apart, like if you have a car, you are a motor mechanic, you know how to dissect. You take the certain components of the car, out. Probably the engine, probably the body of the car, probably other certain parts. But now you have a clear understanding. This is the steering wheel, this is the engine, this is the windscreen, this is what you call the radiator, this is whatever oil. But now you already got this understanding. But now you want to put them back. Why? If you
So
don't
that it
put them
comes to
back,
whole again. To make them whole again.
yes, otherwise you don't use the car, right? You now understood how the car is comprised of. Now you want to put them back because you want to use the car. That assimilation, assembling is synthesis. Now you earlier under the analysis, you dissect them one by one, Dhamma matters. Now you put them back. We call this synthesis. This is very important because a lot of people, they dissect, then don't know how to put them back.
Then cannot use. And
Then
don't know
how
how
to use?
to
You don't know how to
Don't
put
know
them
how-
back. Right? Like some children, they take things out and then finally they don't know how to put them back, right?
Cannot use.
So this happens to many people. In the Dhamma, it is the same process. You analyze and then you synthesize. If you don't synthesize, you don't get the full picture of what you analyze. So Patisambhida, the function of Patisambhida is an analytical part, which I just mentioned. It's not the synthetical part. So let's go back here. Patisambhida means the analytical part, main. So that means the Buddha said that there are 4 ways to analyze Dhamma. 4 ways. The first way is Atta Patisambhida. Okay, let me write probably here. Maybe I'm going to make it small. Oh, sorry, too small now. Maybe here. Yeah. Number 1, Atta Patisambhida. Second, Dhamma Patisambhida. Yeah. Third, I'm going to make it like this. Like this. Then Nirutti Patisambhida. 4, Patibha Patisambhida. All right, now we have to understand these 4 types of Patisambhida, because if not, we won't understand what they are. Right? 1, 2, 3. Atta Patisambhida. Atta Patisambhida means, what does it mean? Now, in order for you to understand the Dhamma in terms of analysis, you need to know the true meaning of the Dhamma. True meaning. That means you should have the true meaning. How to do that? Then you should have a certain reading of the Pali text, whatever here, maybe conceptually, maybe grammatical. So, in order for you to analyze the Dhamma in your own way, you must have a certain proficiency about the, we have a little confused word, semantics. This is in philosophy, semantics. That means, how to say, that you are trying to understand the different meanings of certain Pali words. So, meaning-wise, Artha Patisambhida. So, the analytical knowledge about how to discriminate, how to dissect the meaning, Artha Patisambhida. That. Then Dhamma Patisambhida. Now you know the meaning. What you may not know is the origin of the meaning, probably the Dhamma aspects of the meaning. Right? Now, one example for these 2, the first 2 is, the first one could be the meaning of the Dukkha Arya Satya, the noble truth on the Dukkha. The second is the Dhamma Patisambhida example is Now you need to know the origin of the Dukkha Satya. Now you know the meaning, Dukkha Satya, but you don't know how does Dukkha Satya come from. Tanha, right? Dukkha Satya come because there is Tanha. So you are now looking at the origins, the causes of that meaning, cause of the meaning. That is called Dhamma Patisambhida. Third, Nirutti Patisambhida. This is very interesting. Nirutti Patisambhida means you should have an analytical knowledge about the etymology. Etymology means how do these words get formed? Probably a little bit of simple rules of the grammar, simple rules about some syntax of Pali. Like some people don't understand. Satipatthana. Is it Sati Upatthana or Satipatthana? Right? They have confusions. Is it Sati Upatthana or Satipatthana? Right? Let's take a simple Pali word, Bhagava. I always say this. What does Bhagava mean? Lucky one, blessed one. Is it true? Lucky one? Bhagava means Bhaggaraga, Bhaggadosa, Bhaggama. Someone who has cut the Lobha, Dosa, Moha in their entirety. There's nothing left. There's no residue. That is Bhagava. So that means you have to go through etymological meanings, right? It's called Nirutti Patisambhida. Actually, in today's world, many people don't have this. Why? They don't have a Pali background. They just learn Dhamma only from English translation. It's okay for you. But what if the Dhamma speaker also do the same thing, you know? For you, it's okay. At least you have an excuse. But those people who are going to teach you also do the same thing. They don't have a Pali background. So the problem will get more confused. So etymological knowledge about the Pali context, Dhamma knowledge is essential. Otherwise, you will learn something that is not in the text, right? Let me speed up. We have others to talk about. Patibhanas, Patisambhida. What does Patibhana mean? Anybody? Patibhana? Now, there is the last analytical knowledge about Patibhana. Patibhana means we call wit, W-I-T, wit. Wit here means actually that you can easily understand anything. You are a fast learner. Patibhan, right? So not many people have that, right? Some people need lots of time to learn, right? They learn longer. It's like that they are putting something in their lap and then they stand without knowing that it was on the lap and then it fell down, right? So it's like this fast comprehension about certain things, especially Dhamma. So these are 4 types of Patisambhida. Now, when you do good karmas, you are eligible to have Patisambhida one day. But Patisambhida here only means the analytical part, okay? Not the synthesis part. This is another part which we're not going to talk about today. But just to understand, this is assembling of the Dhamma matters. All right. Vimokkhāca. Now you will get analytical knowledge. You may get this thing, and your vimokha. Vimokha means
Liberation. Liberation.
Emancipation.
Liberation. There are 2 types, Citto and Panna Vimukti.
Yeah, we discussed that the other day. Have you heard some of the people using certain words that are actually not really Buddhist, you know, say final salvation. Do we have a salvation now, folks?
Sounds
what is salvation
Christian.
in English? Christianity?
Christianity.
Christianity. Salvation means somebody is going to free us, isn't it? So we are, what do you call, bornly natural perpetrators of evil. We are evil beings because we ate from the wrong tree, right? So we are naturally bad people. We are sinners, you know. So somebody is going to free us. Don't worry, I'm going to free you. So that salvation is that liberation. So it's a bad translation. I have numerous times asked from certain Dhamma speakers saying, okay, now we're going to wish you the final salvation. Nibbana, they attach salvation to Nibbana. So Buddha will come and bring us to Nibbana, which never happened, right? So we would take this as what you call
release.
Let's say liberation.
Yeah.
Let's say liberation. Now, liberation does not necessarily mean that somebody has to involve externally. You could do by yourself. That is what the Buddhism is all about. Now, the Hindu term is moksha. Have you heard that word? The Sanskrit word, moksha. If you go to a Hindu temple, they say the Brahma is going to give us the moksha. But Buddha did not use this moksha. Let me show you that. This is the Hindu word, moksha. But he used vimokha. This is also a prefix, vimokha. So you are not simply liberating, you are especially liberating from the bonds of samsara. Now, in Buddhism, there are 3 ways someone will become an enlightened person, awakened person, looking at the nature of the vimokha, liberation. What are they?
Citto vimutti, panya vimutti. Citto vimutti, panya vimutti.
The first one is
Citto.
Sunyata.
Sunyata
is one. Then the second one is appanihita. Maybe I'm going to write it, the text, otherwise you might not understand it. See,
Sunyata is nothingness, Bhante.
Yes, let me get it actually here. Probably I'm going to show you from here. Easy for you. This is easy. 3 liberations. Much easier rather than writing.
Yeah.
You can see sunyata, appanihita, animita, right? Sunyata, appanihita. Not appanihita, animita. Now, what does this mean? What do this live? Now, we know liberation is one-fold, right? Liberation can be 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The nature of our liberation should be like similar, right? Now, when you think about you want to attain Nibbana and you expect somebody else is trying to become an Arahant, you may have a certain, like a one way of thinking about the Nibbana, right? Isn't it? Your friend might attain Nibbana in a certain way, like although people are different, but Nibbana should be having one nature. But Buddha says, no, people may become an Arahant or become Arahants in 3 natures. The first nature is sunyata. Sunyata means, you can see, emptiness. Because there are people who are practicing more about emptiness, anicca, dukkha, anatta, and then they are thinking that there is nothing that is going to exist, right? Panchakkhandha, 5 aggregates are also just labeling, right? Also labeling, right? Are there really things like Rupa Khandha, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana? They are just names, labeling. So there are no such things in the reality, in the real world. So when somebody is more focused on the emptiness in this life, he or she will attain Nibbana through this sunyata liberation. Because that person is more focused on the emptiness. Right? That is one nature of the vimokha. Another person might attain Nibbana through appanihita. Now, this is more discussed here. Okay, I'm going to show you. So you can see here, especially by understanding what we call all formations are painful, dukkha. So understanding the tranquility, yes, because if all formations, what do you mean by formation? Formations mean
sankhara.
Sankhara, right? What is sankhara?
Mental formations.
Yeah, maybe I'm asking others too. What is sankhara?
Committance.
Formations mean karma, your good karma, bad karma. So these formations are giving you happiness or unhappiness. So people desire to do good karmas, right? If you understand the truth. If you don't understand the truth, you might desire to do bad karmas. So someone understands the nature of the feelings. So don't try to desire things. So at that point, that person's nibbanic nature will be appanihita, desireless liberation. Okay. Appanihita. The last one is animitta. Animitta. Animitta means now when you meditate, do you focus on something?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah, on the meditation object.
Meditation objects. Can you tell me some of the objects that you meditated on?
Breath.
Breathing.
Breathing is an object. Then others, what have you meditated on?
Rising and falling of the abdomen.
Rising. Did the Buddha say to focus on the rising and falling of the abdomen? Anyway? Huh? Did the Buddha say in any sutta that when you practice anapanasati, you can watch the rise and fall of the tummy, abdomen?
I think no.
No. Then who said that? Who said to do it for anapanasati?
I think commentary.
Not even the commentaries. This is from the Burmese traditions, Sayadaw traditions. It's not in the text. Why do you have to watch your tummy? Because there may be people who don't have a tummy to see rise and fall. This is really crazy. I mean, if you are really concerned about your body, you might have a flat tummy. So, I mean, you're having a hard time to see this rise and fall of your tummy. So the Buddha never said to look at your tummy. Tummy is tummy, then you get stuck into your tummy, attachments. Buddha said, what he said? He said, very interesting Pali word in the Satipatthana Sutta and Girimana Sutta. He said, Parimukang sating upattapedva. Here's how it goes. Ujung kaya panidaya parimukang sating upattapedva. Ujung kaya, keep your back straight. It will requires. And then parimukang sating parimukang. Bring your sati in front of your face. Then, now if you don't know this thing, you are going to watch the rise and fall of your tummy. That was not mentioned in the suttas, right? So, as time goes by, some people, that new people make new strategies, like new methods to see the, Vayodhatu. So that's why I always encourage you, please learn from the original suttas. If you don't, then you will learn from these new methods, their own like movement methods from Vipassana movement, from Myanmar Vipassana movement. Because you can read the Pali text, the original, the proper way how the Buddha asks us to practice. So anyways, breath meditation is one object. Then what else? Other objects?
Metta, Bhavana.
Metta is an object.
Metta, the four Brahma Viharas.
The 4 ways.
Now let me ask you, when you practice metta, as you said, metta is an object. But we should have a proper object to mount on that metta, right? That is why the Buddha said, Mata yatha niyam puttang ayusa eka putta manurakhe. What does it mean? Just as
boundless
a mother
love.
who has one son.
One child.
How she loves that one son. So you have to bring that affection to everybody around across the world. A lot of people take it this way. Oh yeah. When a lady has only one son, she loves, so it's good, no problem with it. So the problem is, the challenging part is, You have to bring that same love, metta to everybody else. Is it easy? You might say, no, this is my cousin, my niece, my nephew. It's easy for me, but what about other people? No, I'm not going to do that. So the Buddha said, bring a reference to your love. Otherwise, you don't know how to practice it. That reference comes from that phenomenon of a young lady who has one son, how she loves that son. Bring that phenomenon, that level of love to you and to other people. Everybody. You cannot exclude anybody. Right?
Yes, boundless.
Yes, boundless. Anyway, so that is also object. Now, understand the third way of attaining Nibbana. Conditionless, signless. That means there are people who become arahants without particularly focusing on an object. Because objects are problematic, right? Now, what you do is you change. You say, I have anger, I want to bring metta. I have a lot of lobha, so I bring a lot of dana to me. But dana also object. Lobha also object. Right? Anger also object. And metta is also object. So objects. Although you replace with the good one, the bad one with the good one, still that object. So one day you are thinking, this mind is always looking after objects. So I had to be objectless. At that point, you have what you call Cheto Vimutti, release of your mind from all the objects. This is another way to attain it. So Vimokka means these three types of Nibbanic nature. What are they? Animitta, Appanihita, Sunyata. Okay? Three liberations. Go back here. So now we know Patisambhida, we know Vimokka, then Savaka Parami. Savaka Parami means, what is Parami?
Perfections.
Perfections. Yeah, Parami means perfection. So the perfections of disciples, how many paramitas do you have? Do we have?
10.
In early Buddhism?
10.
10.
Dana, Sila, Nekkhamma.
No, 10 names. There are 10 names
Oh,
of
30.
paramitas.
30.
There are 30 paramitas. If you want to be a Samma Sambuddha like Shakyamuni Buddha, you have to fulfill 30 paramitas. But if you want to become a Pacceka Buddha, you only fulfill 20 paramitas.
20.
But if you want to become an Arahant, you only fulfill 10 paramitas. Dana, Sila, Nekkhamma, Panya, Viriya, Kanti, Satcha, Aditthana, Metta, Upekkha. And how does the name get multiplied? Dana Parami, Dana Upaparami, Dana Paramattha. Sila Parami, Sila Upaparami, Sila Paramattha. Nekkhamma Parami, Nekkhamma Upaparami, Nekkhamma Paramattha, so and so forth. Now let's take the first one. In order for you to become a Samma Sambuddha, you have to fulfill Dana in 3 ways. If you want to become a Pacceka Buddha, you have to practice Dana in 2 ways. If you just want to become an Arahant, you practice Dana in 1 way. Give you an example. Dana Parami means Bahira Banda Parichagu Dana Parami. If you can give your external things, food, money, that is called Dana Parami. Now, is the Dana Parami complete? The Dana complete in its entirety? Not yet. If you want to become an Arahant, yes. But if you want to become a Pacceka Buddha, not yet. Samma Sambuddha, not yet. If you want to become a Pacceka Buddha, you have to go to the second layer, Dana Upaparami. What does it mean? Anga Parichagu Dana Upaparami. Being able to give away your organs, blood donation. It is called Dana Upaparami. Not everybody can do that. Huh? Right? So you have to, like, sometimes you sign up for organ donation when you die. So the medical schools can use the body at the same time. Those folks who really need our body parts, tissues, bone marrows, eyes, they can take, Dana Upaparami. Dana Paramattha Parami means sacrificing your whole life. What does it mean? Does it mean to die for somebody else? That is suicide. It's not Dana Parami. That means you are sacrificing your life. You don't care what's happening, but you sacrifice. You actually come up for a good cause. You know, still there are some repercussions, dangerous things too. All right. Now here, going back, Savaka Parami mean only the first layer. That means there are only 10 paramitas. That means you can become an arahant. Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi. That means Pacheka Bodhi Buddha Bhumi means Pacheka Buddha, Buddha Bhumi. Who is a Pacheka Buddha?
Enlightened but not teaching the Dhamma.
I think Pacheka Buddha has little information in the text, but I will explain to you the main
Silent
difference.
Buddha.
Pacheka, the difference between Pacheka Buddha and Samma Sambuddha is Pacheka Buddha also understands the Four Noble Truths on his own, just as the Samma Sambuddha. But Pacheka Buddha does not gain Sabbanyu, omniscience, whereas Samma Sambuddha gets omniscience. Another very simple example is like the role of Pacheka Buddha is like what you call it's like a dream seen by a dumb man. Can these dumb people explain the dreams that they see at night? They see a dream, but they cannot explain, right? The Buddha says that Pacheka Buddha's enlightenment is based on what we call it Atta Rasa. They know the meaning, but they don't know the Dhamma Rasa. Dhamma Rasa means they understand the Four Noble Truths, they become the Buddha, but they don't know how to make concepts to teach that Dhamma. Whereas Samma Sambuddhas make concepts. What are the concepts here? Concepts? What are they? Sanya, Vedana, all these are concepts, right? So they create concept to teach the people. So they have both Atta Rasa and Dhamma Rasa. Whereas Pacheka Buddha only has Atta Rasa. They truly understand the meaning, but they don't create concepts and teach the people, so they don't have the Dhammas. But anyways, good thing is that you can become a Pacheka Buddha. It is said that Pacheka Buddhas cannot arise when the Samma Sambuddhas are living. So they are born when Samma Sambuddhas are not appearing. Those times. So you can become some Pacheka Buddha too. Who knows? Sabbameti. So you will get all these things. So Patsambhida, Vimokha, Savaka Parami, and you will perhaps become a Pacheka Buddha. Any questions about this stanza before you proceed to the next one?
Bhante, for this Pacheka Buddha, sometimes we call them silent Buddha.
I think it's a bad translation. It's bad translation. How come you say silent? I think the people who translated them being silent could be coming from a context where they cannot teach Dhamma. So they are silent people. We see such academics, academically very high academic people. They pass everything, but when they're going to teach in the classroom to students, being professors, students don't understand it. They don't know how to teach. So they haven't mastered the teaching, what you call deliverance actually. So I think better to say Samma Sambuddha means Samma Sambuddha, Pacheka Buddha means Pacheka Buddha. Don't translate sometimes. You translate in the wrong way. It's like karma. You cannot translate. Like Bodhi, Nibbana. Right? Any other questions
Bhante.
about this?
Bhante, just now you were saying about Attara. What is that? Attara. Attarasa.
Attarasa and Dhammarasa.
Dhamma.
Right there?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. See here. Now there are two things that are very important in terms of knowing the difference between Samma Sambuddha and Samma Sambuddha versus Pacheka Buddha. So this Attarasa and Dhammarasa. Okay, Attarasa means the The two Buddhas are understanding the essence of the Dhamma. We call it essence of the Dhamma. But Pacceka Buddha, after having Attarasa, cannot or won't go to the Dhammarasa part. Dhammarasa means they are not able to bring that essence of the Dhamma into the concepts. Why it is necessary to bring Dhamma into concept? Otherwise, normal people cannot understand, right? Isn't it? Can we understand Dhamma without the concept? Panyati is a Pali term, Panyati. So we need Panyati, concepts. Like, what are the concepts? We might call Paramita, Patisamuppada. Actually, bringing Dhamma into language so that the people can understand in their experience. So that part is called Dhammarasa. That is only being done by a Sammasa. All right. That is the difference between Pacceka Buddha and Sammasa. So both have Attarasa, both have the essence of the Dhamma. They fully understand the essence of Dhamma. But Sammasambuddha is the only one who brings concepts, Dhamma into concepts. All right, so we have one more stanza. Let's, KBO, you have a question?
Yes, Bhante.
Yes.
It's regards to the Patisambhida. Yeah, you have the analysis and the synthesis, the Veda and the Samsa. Is it related also to the Dhamma Vichaya, which is one of the 7 factors of enlightenment? Can we say that? Or is not?
Yeah, Patisambhida finally moves towards the Dhamma Vichaya.
Okay.
Finally, that is the highest point of Patisambhida, because Patisambhida is a talent, is a mastery, which propels, which moves towards the Dhamma Vichaya. Because when you, what you call, when you withdraw you from the Pancha Nivarana, Kama Chanda Vyapada, Tina Midda, Uddhacha Kukucha Vichikicha, then there arise in you the Satta Bojjangas automatically. Sati, Dhamma Vichaya, Virya, Piti, Pasati, Samadhi, Upekka. So Dhamma Vichaya is that lofty, the what you call the expanded, most expanded version of the Patisambhida.
Okay.
So in order for you to do well in your Dhamma Vichaya Bojjanga, you must have done Atta, Dhamma, Nirutti, Patipana, Patisambhidas. So this kind, they are supportives actually, gearing towards the Dhamma Vichaya. All right, let's go to the next stanza. Last stanza. Evang Mahattika Esa Yadidam Punyasa. Now, as you can see, I mean, looking at the aforementioned, the above stanzas, ideas, which the Buddha talks about, the good karma, which helps you to become, so and so. Now you can understand Yadidam Punya Sampada. This is an accomplishment in merit. Sampada, accomplishment. Punya is merit. And Eva Mahattika. Attika means beneficial. Maha means very. Esa. Eva means thus. Esa, these are of very beneficial, very supportive. Maha means very. And then Tasma, therefore, Dhira. Who is a Dhira? Another term for the wise people. Huh? Yeah. Wise people, Dhira. Yes. And the Buddha coins two names for these people actually, Dhira and Pandita. So I would call those people who are potential of becoming Dhira, could be Pandita, or you can take them synonymously too. So Dhira means wise, and Pandita could be those rational intellectuals, or maybe Sappurisa. They are Kata Punyang Pasang Santi. Then the wise people, along with the Panditas, they always praise about the good karmas, having done good karmas in the past, or even now, or even the future. So they always praise about doing good karmas, because wise people know without having done a certain degree of good karmas, nobody can come to become an Arahant. Nobody can come to become a good person. Nobody can come to become a Pacceka Buddha. nothing is going to be possible. Now, actually, we learn this from a very basic sutta. I mean, having done good karmas in the past is a blessing, huh? Where did we learn that?
Mangala Sutta.
How did we learn it?
Associate with the wise.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
not
do you
the
remember the
foolish.
Pali phrase?
Panditanang sevana.
Probably you might be embarrassed if I ask. Do you chant the Mangala Sutra every day? How many of you chant? How many of you listen to the chanting from monks? Huh?
Panditanang sevana.
It's not with the Pandita. It's somewhere else. Patirupa desa vasocha. Third stanza. Patirupa desa vasocha pubbecha kata punyata. Living in a suitable locality where there are no crimes, where there are lots of kalyana mitta, where there are monks, nuns, upasaka, upasika. And then pubbecha kata punyata, having done good karmas in your previous lives. Due to how you got your life, due to how you become very blessed in this life. That means it is very essential to have done a lot of good karmas. Right? Don't think that now it is enough for me to do good karmas. I have done enough dana. I have done, nobody should say that word. I have done enough meditation, especially dana. Actually, dana must be continuing because dana is the first quality in the Dhamma practice. Because dana has meditation also. What is the meditation in the dana? While you are offering, something has to work in your mind. It is not you just bring stuff and just release in the temple, come back. Oh, I gave the dana, basically. I gave lots of food today. While you are offering, even before you buy the offerings, after offering, you should be able to bring kusala thoughts into your action. Dana is the action, but you are bringing kusala thoughts into that action. Meditation, mindfulness meditation. Have you seen some people who are giving, but there are a lot of thoughts going in them? May I become this and that, right? So that means dana has all the good things. Sila also the same. Then meditation as a standalone practice is also the same, but we should not do that because all these qualities must be practiced together, not alone. Dana, sila, nekkamma, kanti, viriya, satcha, aditthana, metta, upekka, all these paramitas in whatever other degrees must be practiced together. Right? It's like somebody is eating only one item of the food in the food plate. Will that be going to be helpful for that person? Now, there are certain dishes. There are many other things on the table. But there's somebody who might say, no, I'm only going to eat the beans today. Nothing else. Beans. Is it going to work? It might not be going to work to that person. That means we have to practice together. So, now here, the Buddha says it is very essential for all of us to have done lots of good karmas, not just to be reborn in good places, but because they are very supportive, helpful for our sansaric journey to attain Nibbana. All right, any other questions for this whole sutta?
Bhante,
Yes.
can you explain again the Nirutti Patisambhida? Because I don't quite get that point.
Nirutti Patisambhida means, now Patisambhida means analytical knowledge. We have to master the analytical knowledge. Nirutti means etymological aspect of that analytical part. What does etymology mean? Mainly about the Pali words, Pali context, reading of the Pali text. We should have a certain understanding about the Pali text. That means if somebody says, I don't need to read Pali text, I read in my own way, I practice in my own way, that is going to be a problem. That means you should have a certain understanding. You might not be a Pali scholar, you don't have to be. but you will learn the context of the Pali text.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. That means the same thing what we are doing here. Online Pali reading class, we are learning important aspects of the text. All right, any other questions? No excuses for the Metta Sutta, right? Metta Sutta is very, I think you chant multiple times, even like a mantra now. So I am not giving you any excuses for Metta Sutta. So let's get to the bottom of the Metta Sutta from next week.
Yeah, sorry, Bhante. I
Yes.
just remember, just now you mentioned about, beside the analytical, there's the synthesis.
Synthesis, yeah. Synthetical part.
Yeah. So you say you put back everything to be used. So could you like just briefly explain like Paticca Samuppada? How do you like put back everything? And,
Okay. Now, when we want to understand Paticca, we need to first understand each component separately. What is asava, what is avijja, what is sankhara, what is namarupa, what is salayatana, what is phassa, what is vedana, what is tanha, what is upadana. Then what is bhava, what is jati, what is jara marana. So we have to separately, individually understand each of them. Then now we understand each of, now we know Vedana, what Vedana is, we know what Phassa is, what Avijja is. Now, does it give us a full understanding of the whole concept? No. Now we have to know what is the conditionality between each other. What is the conditionality, what is the cause? How does Avijja arise? Then, what is happening between Avijja and Sankhara, conditionality? Then, what is the effect of, I would say, result of avijja? Now let me show you in a brief, probably a diagram over here. Right now, in terms of Paticca, how do we do the analytical part and synthesis part? Now here, avijja. Avijja avijja cannot be the first part. There are two first components here. Asava, actually. They are mutually constructive. Avijja construct asava, asava construct avijja. Then the second one is, now here we can say avijja patya sankhara, right? Formations. Now let me tell you how to do the synthesis here. Now, in order for you to understand the synthesis, now there are further until 12. Now you have to know how does avijja arise, first part. Then what does avijja make? Formation. Why does avijja make formation? Conditionality between these two, right? So you do the same thing for formation, then vijnana. So you are going to see the connection between each other, the nexus between each other, and how does each one get created. And then finally, when you go to jara marana, then you trace backward. Jara marana creates again avijja. So this connection, this repetitive connection is what we call by, understanding this repetitive connection is called by synthesis. If you take the Noble Eightfold Path, same thing, Noble Eightfold Path. Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, Samma Kammanta, Samma Ajiva, Samma Vayama, Samma Sati, Samma Samma. Now, how do we do the synthesis? We have to know how does Samma Ditti arise. How does it arise, them folks? How does Samadhi arise? Does it arise automatically like this, like boom? How does it arise? How does Samadhi arise?
Yoniso Manasikara.
Yoniso Manasikara. Right? Yoniso Manasikara. When you have Yoniso Manasikara, there arises Samadhi. Right? Now you know the connection between those two. Then, once you have Samadhi, what does Samadhi create? Samadhi creates Samma Sankappa. So between those two, there's a conditionality. That means the elements of Samadhi are causing Samma Sankappa to arise. So in the same way, it follows these 8 noble path factors. Then you are looking at the noble 8 path factors together. You cannot separate them. They have to work together. But in order for you to understand them, you break them. What is samma? What is samma sangha? What is samma vaca? But in order for you to synthesize the whole structure, you're going to look them at the same time. You're going to understand them together. You're going to practice them together. Make sense? Parisamppada, Noble Eightfold, any Dhamma thing, Panchakkhandha, maybe Four Noble Truths, they all have synthesis. I think we have almost come to the end of the class. We can accommodate maybe one more question if you have, because it's the last day. All right, looks like no more questions. So we're going to wind up our class today. May all the good karmas which we've been accumulating today be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu. Idam me ñāti nang huntu sukita huntu ñāteyo. Idam me ñāti nang huntu sukita huntu ñāteyo. Idam me ñāti nang huntu sukita huntu ñāteyo. May Deva, Naga, Mahindika share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you, especially in this new year, 2024. May they bless and protect you for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. Not only you, but also your family members, even your grandkids, and everyone in this whole universe, including animals. May they all be well, happy. May they all enjoy happiness all the time. May Deva, Naga, Mahindika finally attain the supreme bliss. Sadhu. Sadhu. Ittavatā ammihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatā ammihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatā ammihi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe sattha anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhaṅtu lokasasanang. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhaṅtu desanang. Ākāsattha ca bhummattha devanaga mahindika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhaṅtu maṅ paranti. Chirang rakkhaṅtu tvaṅ sadati. We make a wish at the end of each ceremony, each good karma here, especially at the end of our class. May we be in the company of the Kalyana Mittas, friends who can, Kalyana Mittas, noble friends who can really guide us, help us maintain our Dhamma path. Thinking thus, we're going to make this wish. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamu satang samagamu hotu yava nibbana pattiya. Finally, may all the good karmas which we've been accumulating today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana siddhis niccang vaddha pacāyino cattaru dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurānukya sampatti sagga sampatti mevaca atu nibbāna sampatti iminati saminjatu. Sadhu, sadhu. That's the end of our online Pal reading class. Wishing you a good night.
Thank you,
See you
Bhante.
then.
Thank you very much, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Good night,
Bhante.
everyone.
Good night,
Happy New
everyone.
Year. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
so much,
See you.
Bhante.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu,
Everyone.
sadhu.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Satu,
Bye,
satu.
everybody.
Satu.
See you tomorrow, Bhante.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. Thank you.
See you. Good night.
Night, everybody.
Bhante.
Night.
Good night.
Bhante, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, just now, Bhante, you talk about the higher dana, right? Where you donate blood or you pledge to donate your organs upon that. So what happens if that person
It
has
is
been
not higher. It is not higher than. It is
or made
it is another level of the dan.
another level of dana?
Now
Another
let's
level
say
of dana.
you offer even food, that is also higher than. But there are levels.
Okay.
The capacities of that. Yeah.
Okay. So if that person has wants to do it but cannot do it because of the body condition, so they will not be able to enjoy this dana, right?
No. Enjoy the dana.
Sorry, not
but,
enjoy the dana. They won't partake in this dana. Wishes to, but unable to of the circumstance.
But there are ways and means you can do, like a blood donation is one thing you can do. It's also the second layer. Not everybody can do it. Huh?
Yeah.
So that is something you could do. Yeah. So yeah, there may be certain ways to do it. I mean, not necessarily doing so. Now, let's say, I think there is an age that you can write your body to the medical school, right? If you are over age, you cannot write the body to the medical school at that point. But still, probably there are certain things like different other things like eyes, those things can be used. But blood donation, there are certain things you can do. You may not be able to do certain things because of health condition. There are other things you can do.
Okay.
I mean, of course, this applies only if you want to become a Pacheka Buddha, right? Otherwise, you're good, you know. just offering dana is good. I mean, if you want to become a Pacheka Buddha, then of course you might have to sacrifice to that level, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Second level is Pacheka Buddha level. The first level is Arahanta level. Third level is Samma Sambuddha level. Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Yes. So don't be worried about it.
No, it's just a question. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Thank
See
you,
you.
everybody.
See you.
Good night.
Bye bye. Good night.
See you
Good
next
night.
week. See you next
Yeah.
week.
Bye.
Good night.